The US and NATO deployment comes amid escalating tensions and increased Russian military activities near NATO's eastern borders. With boots now on Ukrainian soil, NATO has made its intentions clear. The alliance is ready to respond at a moment's notice and will not hesitate to defend its partners and principles. The 2,100-strong contingent includes infantry units, special operations forces, engineers, and logistical support elements. Their mission, according to NATO commanders, is not only to train with Ukrainian forces, but also to reinforce the alliance's eastern defenses and serve as a deterrent against further destabilizing actions by Russia. In response, Russian officials have denounced the move as a provocation, claiming that it escalates the risk of open conflict in the region. Kremlin spokesperson Dmitry Peskov stated, "NATO's actions are aggressive and undermine any efforts for peace. The presence of foreign troops in Ukraine is unacceptable and will not go unanswered." The arrival of these highly trained troops, backed by armored vehicles, artillery support, and air cover, has sent shockwaves through Moscow. Russian military analysts have expressed concern over the unprecedented speed and scale of the deployment, calling it a direct challenge to Russia's influence in the region. NATO Secretary General Jens Stoltenberg stated, "This deployment demonstrates our unwavering commitment to collective defense. The Spearhead force is designed to move fast, and today we've proven that speed is not just a concept, it's a capability." In a dramatic demonstration of speed, strength, and unified resolve, NATO has activated its elite Spearhead unit, known officially as the Very High Readiness Joint Task Force, VJTF, for the first time in a full-scale deployment during Exercise Noble Jump 2025. The operation began on June 9, 2025, in Zagan, Poland, and will continue until June 19th, involving more than 2,100 troops from 9 NATO member nations. This is not just a routine drill. It is a calculated show of force, designed to send an unmistakable message to Russia. NATO is alert, ready, and capable of responding to any threat within hours. The VJTF was created in response to Russia's annexation of Crimea in 2014 and has since become a cornerstone of NATO's new defense strategy in Europe. Its hallmark is speed, deploying combat-ready troops across borders in mere hours, and Exercise Noble Jump 2025 put that promise to the test. Within just a few hours of receiving the order, NATO's rapid response units traveled from bases in Germany to the Eastern Front in Poland, arriving in the city of Zagan by both road and rail in a tightly coordinated logistical maneuver. One of the most striking elements of the exercise was the scale and precision of NATO's mobilization. A convoy of Norwegian military trailers delivered critical supplies and combat equipment to the elite Telemark battalion from Lager-Trauen in Germany, while simultaneously, 3 massive military convoys departed Bergen, transporting over 50 advanced armored vehicles and support trucks across Europe's highways to Poland. The operation was conducted under strict timelines, mirroring the conditions of a real-world battlefield emergency, exactly the kind of high-pressure environment the VJTF is designed to master. But this is not just about training, it's about deterrence. With the war in Ukraine dragging on and Russia continuing its aggressive military campaign, NATO's actions carry deep geopolitical significance. The alliance's decision to conduct such a powerful exercise so close to Russia's borders is no coincidence. It is a direct response to the Kremlin's increasing hostility and expansionist ambitions in Eastern Europe. Russia has been relentlessly targeting Ukrainian infrastructure, cities, and civilian populations, pushing the region into deeper instability. By activating the VJTF, NATO is reminding Russia and the world that it stands ready to defend every inch of Allied territory and assist its partners, including Ukraine, against acts of aggression. For Moscow, this large-scale deployment was a strategic shock. The speed at which NATO forces converged in Poland and the firepower they brought with them exceeded expectations. Russia has often tested the alliance's unity and resolve, but Exercise Noble Jump 2025 proves that NATO is not only cohesive, but lethal, capable of striking fast and hard if provoked. The Kremlin is now forced to consider the very real possibility that any further escalation in Ukraine or beyond could trigger a coordinated NATO military response of overwhelming strength. Moreover, this exercise enhances NATO's operational readiness and interoperability among its forces. Troops from the United States, Germany, the United Kingdom, Norway, the Netherlands, and other member states are working side by side, refining joint tactics, communication, and combat coordination. This level of integration ensures that NATO forces can act as one, forming a cohesive strike force able to outmaneuver and outgun any opponent in the European theater. Exercise Noble Jump 2025 is a landmark event in the evolving security landscape of Europe. It marks the first real-world activation of the VJTF in such a large-scale, high-intensity environment, and it sets a new benchmark for rapid deployment and multinational coordination. The message to Russia could not be clearer. NATO is no longer a passive defensive bloc. It is a dynamic, combat-ready force prepared to act swiftly against any threat. As tensions continue to rise in Eastern Europe, NATO's actions serve as both reassurance to its member states and a dire warning to those who seek to undermine peace on the continent. Russia's war machine may be grinding forward in Ukraine, but NATO's Spearhead force now stands in its path, ready, willing, and more than able to respond. The age of strategic ambiguity is over. NATO has drawn a clear red line in Zagan, and Russia would be wise not to cross it.